So this is just a little walk around this Teamgee double screen, but makes your laptop a triple screen setup. And I thought I'd just show you it because it's pretty good, and compared to some of the reviews I've seen about text not being readable, I mean, I find the text totally readable on both sides. And while the audio quality perhaps isn't the best on this, I normally run the audio straight off my speakers on my laptop anyway. I wouldn't use the audio on these two speakers here, which is sort of like down the bottom here, because it's just not as good a quality. It clips on to the top here and you stretch it out, and if I come around the back, it sort of like expands out into both, and you connect USB-Cs here and down into a couple ports. So you've got to make sure that you've got enough ports for the USB-C connector to run the video properly as well. One of the things I did notice is I've actually got 3 USB ports. I've got another one down here. It would not work on that one. So it works on these 2, and that might be to do with the type of USB-C port or something to do with the amount of power that those USB-C ports are delivering, so that's probably worth remembering. It's also got this stand here that stops it from falling back. The stand could be a bit stronger, but at the price range it's fine. My laptop works without the stand, but it probably protects the hinges. This is a Lenovo Legion 7 Pro laptop, so it's quite well built. It's got very strong hinges there, right? But it works really, really well, and it holds it without that. But for laptops like maybe one which is just a more sort of general word processing laptop, you will need that support. And I might actually put a new support on it or find something else that is better for that. One of the things I really like about it is how easy it is to pack it up at the end of the day. As you can see, I'm working on my kitchen table. So my wife hates my computer being out. And I used to have a big screen, and unfortunately now I'm working on a desktop because of room and children and stuff. So this works really, really well in here. The colours look fantastic on these. They are 1080p screens, so they're not 4K or anything like that, but that's totally fine. And yeah, I think they look really, really good. They're only 60 Hz as well, but that's totally fine for word processing. Watching the majority of video content will be absolutely perfect on these. And it's really simple as well. Once you've set it up, every time I've connected it, they remember their position on my laptop, and I can just grab it and drag it across and change it from one to the other. You can see actually there a little bit of the color between them. You can adjust the color. My main screen actually, which is a very high resolution 2K screen with HDR and everything, is a tiny bit more pink actually than white here, but you can adjust the color using the menu system that's located up at the top. If I click on that, you get your brightness, you get your color space, you get eco mode. I'm using it on RTS mode. That's the one I thought gave the best quality of text when I was using it. And you know, for most people who are doing this, they're buying this because they want extra space for word processing or something like that. I use a lot of Photoshop, so if I was using Photoshop, I'd mainly use this screen for the color quality, but I would use this screen here and this screen here for the tools and things like that. One other area as well, which I would say, you know, these are budget, but I would say that this button here, you can push it in to bring up the menu and stuff. It could be a little bit more robust, nothing's wrong with it, but it's just, it hasn't got that click quality that I would expect on a higher end system. But it's really good still, you know, and actually once you've set it, you're never going to touch it again either. So overall, I'm very pleased with it. Just a few things you need to watch out for. Make sure you've got enough USB-C ports. Make sure that they've got enough power, or they're the right type of USB sort to power these 2 screens at once. I've seen some people saying that only one would work. Only one of mine would have worked if I didn't have 3 of the ports and was able to check them. One thing I might do is I might also put a splitter on one of these ports, maybe the one at the back here. So I will see if I can run both off a splitter, which would make it perhaps a bit more of a sort of like a cleaner setup for me personally, but it doesn't affect anything. And let me just show you the hinges on these, so you can bring them in a bit more if you want, or you can stretch them out and make them sort of wider. They're pretty good, you know. Overall, it's a fairly robust plastic build. Good entry point price. I wasn't going to spend a lot more on this because it is only for word processing. I'm really happy.
Where's the money? Jesus, I feel like I've been drunk ever since that kid started talking to us.
You're kind of drunk.